Good morning, everyone. So nice to hear that sunny greeting on a kind of overcast day. I'm just happy that it's not raining today, even though it's a little bit cooler and a little bit cloudy. It would be nice to see the sun, but it's nice to see that you all brought your own sunshine along with you this morning. So, it's wonderful to have our school family together for any reason, but it's really nice to have our school family together for Earth Day. Because Earth Day was a day that was so important to some people that are very important to our school. One of those people, of course, is the person who our school is named after, and that is Miss H. Olive Day. Miss Day, as you know, lived in Norfolk, grew up in Norfolk, and she grew up right on Fruit Street, right across the street from Jane and Paul's farm, where I think most of you have visited Jane and Paul's farm. And she loved the land, she loved our schools, and she loved nature. So Miss Day was a person who not only did a lot around the schools in terms of taking good care of the earth, but also at her own home, and she belonged to the Audubon Society. How many people have been to Stony Brook? Yeah, Miss Day was a member of the Audubon Society. She visited Stony Brook all the time. That was one of her special places. And she also made sure that all of the animals that lived around her, because at that time, her house was sort of in the middle of the woods. And so she had lots and lots of birds, and she always had lots and lots of bird feeders out there. And she had a beautiful garden that she grew lots and lots of vegetables and flowers. She was probably the best recycler and conserver that I've ever known in my life. She made use of everything. In fact, there are only a few teachers left that worked with Miss Day, but we remember that she used to write with little pencils that were only about this big because she didn't want to waste anything. She didn't have the kids write with those pencils, but she would always write with those little tiny pencils herself. She recycled newspapers and cans and bottles and reused everything that she could. In fact, she was a recycler before it was really popular to recycle. Excuse me. Before we had things like recycling pickup and places to bring these things to. So she would be very, very proud and happy to see the children in her school, it's named after her, doing all the kind of conserving and recycling and taking care of our school and the land around it. She would be very, very happy to see that. So I think that we will start now. I think we'll have our kindergarten share a song with us, or a poem, whichever you're doing this year. It's the usual. Well, tradition is a great thing. Okay. So you don't need this?
No.
Okay. 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 Come up. Okay. It's working, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, we just have to turn the volume up, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, kindergarten. Thank you, Mrs. O'Shea. I think she definitely has another career if she ever decides to step aside from teaching. Thank you, Mrs. O'Shea. Okay. You know, another group of people that would be very, very happy to see us here standing in front of the conservation forest would be the family that this conservation forest is named after, the Kunde family. When you look at the rock there, right there, you can say that it's the Kunde Conservation Forest, and it's in memory of Ida E. Kunde. The Kunde family actually once lived on this land where our school is. They lived in a white house. In fact, it was there until about 2 years ago when they took it down because it was a very old house that couldn't be repaired. But it was right at the end of our driveway. And the Kunde family lived there, and they ran a farm. And when they were ready to sell the land, when they knew that the town was looking for land for a school, they thought it would be a perfect spot for the school. So they sold it to the school, to the town actually, so they could build a school. And then they said, though, they thought it was really, really important to preserve part of the land. So that's why we have the woods here. The Conservation Commission is in charge of the woods back here, keeping it maintained. And so we get to use it anytime that we want. So we're very fortunate that we're here, and we're very fortunate that the Kunde family thought so much about the land that they saved a portion of it for us. And so here we are with our beautiful school on this beautiful farmland, and every time we go into the conservation forest, we can think of the Kunde family. Okay, why don't we take a little break and have our first grade share something with us. Okay, thank you, first graders. And, you know, Miss Day would be very happy to hear you singing that song, but she would be even more happy that you put that into practice every day, because you're reducing and reusing and recycling every day in our classroom and in our schools. And I want to compliment everyone on the great job you've been doing with all your recycling in the classroom, the papers and cans and bottles. We have a lot of recycling every week that Mr. Gleason collects for us, and that's all because you're being good conservationists. So now we have our second graders who have been here the longest time, so they've learned the most about how to take care of our school and about recycling and reducing, and they're going to share something with us as well.
and take it back. Take it back, take it back. Save the grass and take it back all through the day.
Okay, thank you very much, second graders, for sharing that with us. You know, as I'm looking around here, I see that we have two special guests here today, and they were people that came through HOD here not all that long ago. They're seniors at Xaverian this year. I know you've probably seen them in the school. We have, if you look in the back, we have Deanne McCadden and Will Smith, who have been doing, yay! And they have been doing some great things at HOD, volunteering their time, and I'm sure they're helping us conserve and reduce and recycle too. And I'm just wondering, do you guys remember coming to these assemblies when you came through HOD? Okay, they do. And you remember all that you learned about conserving and reducing and recycling? So see, this will last you a lifetime because they're ready to go off to college and they remember. So I'm sure that all of you will remember too. Well, today we've spent some time just talking about the importance of taking care of the earth, and I already thanked you for all that you do here. You know, you can do all those same things at home, which I know that your parents are probably doing at home with you, so thank you for that. I want to thank Mrs. Mecklenburg, who helps us to recycle all of our pouches, our juice pouches, and Mr. Gleason, who helps us with other things as well. So thank you, Mrs. Mecklenburg. Thanks to all the teachers who reinforce this, and all of our assistants and support staff who reinforce this every single day. And you know, actually it was not last week, it was the week before that. It was before vacation. We had Johnny the K come, remember? That concert, and he gave us lots of good messages too about taking good care of the earth and taking good care of each other too, because that's just as important. And he again gave us a very, very nice compliment. He still said that we are the top school that he likes to come and visit because you are such a great audience, that you know so much about the earth and taking care of the earth, and that everyone participates so nice and politely in the concert. So thank you for that. So that was a nice compliment from Johnny the K. And now I know it's getting a little chilly, and we have ended all of our songs and poems and our celebration, but celebration of the earth continues every day here at HOD, right? Miss Day would be proud, and the Kunde family would be proud. So thank you very much, and let's see if we can show Dan and Will how quietly we can walk back to our classrooms. Thank you. Oh, I'd also like to thank Andrew for being here from Norfolk Cable TV. Andrew also came through our schools yeah, a while ago, yeah. So thank you very much for being here and sharing this with the community. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.